Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the EMI Talent and Leadership course. I am Cindy, and I am an assistant professor in Chemical Engineering Department at National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. Before we begin, let me start by thanking you all for attending this important conference. As teachers and TA, we play a crucial role in shaping the minds of our students, and being able to effectively teach in English is a valuable skill that will benefit both us and our students. And today, our schedule would like, first, every student will have 3 minutes reflection paper, and we have our timer. After that, we will have 2 minutes Q&A. Our teachers, 景泽老师, Christine, and Hook, as a reviewer, will ask you questions, and we have 2 minutes answers. And last, we will have 30 minutes for reviewers to give us feedback and have our score. And the important thing is that today, for this sharing, we will have 1 student of the first place, 2 students at the second place, and 3 students at the third place, and 2 like the outstanding reflection papers. And hope our sharing this morning would be successful. And let's welcome our first sharing student, 张德玉. Okay, before your pairing preparation, let's meet 景泽老师. Welcome 景泽老师, Christine 老师, and Hook 老师. Yes. Now you can start.
Hi everyone, my name is Zhang Deyu, and I'm studying special education at the University of Taipei. Alright, so let's dive in our first question, feelings. So this semester I am in EMITA at my school, and this course has offered me significant assistance through practical exercises, which have not only enhanced my practical experience, but also heightened my awareness of area needing improvement. While the online course limits peer interaction, I believe that enhance opportunities for student communication and encourage the free expression of ideas or collaborative problem solving will further enhance over learning effectiveness. Alright, so for the evolution. So I actually previously participated in last program, and I joined the training program again this semester. So compared to before, I believe this course offers more practical exercises to verify the students' learning outcomes from the online videos. Additionally, the feedback from the TS helps us understand which areas need to adjust. For the improvement, I believe that clear standards and guidelines for assignments should be communicated in advance. Additionally, I suggest filtering exploratory work from peers on the platform during practical assignments. This would provide reference for everyone and enhance opportunity for peer-to-peer learning. Alright, for the conclusion. So in the course videos, I deeply understood the crucial role that the teaching assistants play in education environment, acting as vital bridges between teachers and students. Therefore, when I encountered confusion regarding the video shooting, I took the initiative to send an email to a course TA and asked him about the detailed shooting problem. This enabled me to ensure that my assignment content aligned with the expectation and requirements of the teacher, thereby enhance my learning effectiveness. So for the action plan, to enhance my ability to handle situations like encountering confusion regarding a video shooting assignment. I need to focus on developing proactive communication, critical thinking, and adaptability skills. First, I will practice active communication by regularly engaging with instructors, peers, and TAs, asking questions promptly. Secondly, I will hone my critical thinking skills by analyzing situations, identifying potential issues, and formulating effective solutions. Lastly, I will strive to improve my adaptability by remaining open-minded, flexible, and willing to learn from new experiences. This is my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this excellent sharing. Now it's time for reviewers to ask questions.
Several comments after I review your reflection paper. First of all, I was truly impressed about your structure of your essay. So you highlight your thesis statement with different color. I would say it was really impressive.
Yeah.
And could you clarify about why
Can the words be a little bit in? No, we cannot make the more clear. Oh, this would be better. Thank you so much. Yes.
I can see that you tend to highlight the keywords.
You
The
mean
the keywords of your essay.
Yeah. So you explain about.
How did you choose these keywords as your key point of your essay?
So for the proactive communication, I believe that if I have a question, I have to ask someone who can help me. So the communication skill is really important for me. And also the critical thinking, because I am solving the problem. So that one, I should thinking about what solution is the best. So I choose the critical thinking. And also adaptability skills. Because sometimes the situation might be a kind of complex. So I have to be an open-minded person and become flexible. That's the reason why I choose these three important things. Yeah.
Thanks for your explanation.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Four.
Any other questions? Okay, Huke老师.
Thank you so much for this reflection paper. Just have a very brief question on that, because I have witnessed your growth since March. So the process has been definitely a rewarding journey. And congratulations on that. Just a quick question. I thought on the first page of your paper you talked about if students were allowed to freely express their thoughts or collectively discuss solutions to certain scenarios, it would be better to promote peer interaction. Do you mean the questions on discussion board?
Yes. I think.
Okay, so first page of your
This one, top one.
the first one, first page.
So I think in this course, because I found out that many people they like asking the same questions. Yeah, and they didn't like see others' comments before. Like they were asking about like language barriers. That one is the big topic. Yeah, so I think it can like maybe we will have like some questions. Maybe TAs they can provide some questions to students and they can answer it. Yeah.
Okay, I see. That means the other students themselves is also they are also encouraged to ask the questions, right? Or I want to send the answer to these questions.
Yeah, and I think they can like boost the peers interaction.
Okay, I see. Thank you for clarifying this.
Thank you. Any other questions? Do we still have time? We still have time? Oh, okay. Maybe we can have our discussion afterward. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now it's time for Alvin. 世杰, please get ready. Yeah, you can start. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alvin. Today I will share my experiences from recent EMI workshop, which prepare us to become effective EMI teaching assistants, focusing on communication skills and academic content delivery. Now let's start with my feelings about this workshop. Throughout the workshop, I felt both challenged and excited. The rigorous curriculum not only enhanced my skills, but also boosted my confidence in using English for instruction. The interactive nature of the course foster a supportive environment, and constructive feedback play a significant role in my progress. I felt accomplished as I grew more confident and proficient. Talking about my evaluation, the workshop structured environment encouraged active participation and practical application of concepts. Also, however, there are some challenges. They are included varying English proficiency levels among participants, and let me take a look. Also, the intensive workload, and to improve, I think incorporating differentiated instruction and providing flexible timelines will enhance participation and learning. And here comes my conclusion. The experience taught me the importance of adaptable teaching method to cater to diverse learning needs, and using Vygotsky's ZBD theory and Cope's experiential learning theory. We could provide tailored support and practical applications. Varied instructional strategies and flexible timelines create an inclusive learning environment. As for skills for EMI teaching assistant, I would say there are 5. First, advanced interpersonal communication to engage students effectively. Second, enhanced classroom management techniques. Third, skills for creating dynamic lesson plans. Fourth, a better understanding of EMI teaching principles. And the fifth will be observation and reflective practice for continuous improvement. To obtain these 5 skills, my plan is as follows. I would attend advanced workshops on communication and classroom management. Also, I will participate in EMI methodology training and engage in peer observation and seek mentorship from experienced teaching assistant who's young. And also, I will constantly reflect on teaching experiences and stay updated with EMI research. By focusing on these areas, I think I can enhance my skills and also better handle complexity of EMI teaching. Thanks for your listening.
Thank you very much for Alvin's sharing. Now we have 2 minutes Q&A. Okay, so
Excuse me. Can I say something first? This is not my name.
Alvin is your name.
Elvis is my name, but this is not my Chinese name. My Chinese name is so like.
What's your Chinese name? Can you share it?
So that will be B. So it could be like this. Just like.
There's something wrong with your
Yeah.
family name, right?
Yes.
But Shijie is right.
Yes.
Yeah, because we both. Okay, thank you. In our reflection paper, it is right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead for the questions. So again, thank you again because I think you provided very specific examples about the things that you learned and the specific action plan that you're going to implement in the future. And I think that's very structural, so that's a great start. So my question is, I really like that you mentioned about some of the challenges for the whole group, like having the audience have different English proficiency levels. But I'm just curious about your personal challenge. Do you encounter any challenges throughout the course, and how do you solve the problem?
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, I did. I think as a EMI teaching assistant, practical experience is really important, and so-called hands-on experience as well. But we learn something from experienced teaching assistant like young you. But I hope, if possible, maybe you can go to the authentic classroom, to sense and to feel, because I think the teaching assistant should be developing keen eyes, to sense the student difficulties, not from others' experiences.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine 老师. And any other questions?
I have several
请泽老师.
feedback for your you mentioned that you attend several EMI workshops. Can you explain what kinds of EMI workshops have you already participated?
Oh, I haven't. But the most memorable one will be at the beginning of the workshop. I did the book young sharing, and then actually I did learn a lot from book young sharing, and pretty insightful.
And you also mentioned that you are very interested in EMI research. So, what kinds of topic will you focus on EMI research? So, if you conduct EMI research, what kinds of topic will you focus?
I think it will be students' motivation. How could a teaching assistant could motivate students, in the process of learning.
Thank you for your.
Do we still have time for Q&A? Do you have any questions?
Just a very quick question. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed your talk. One thing that I would like to respond to is the second page of the reflection paper, because you said integrated instructional strategies and flexible timelines help manage workflows and improve student engagement. That's interesting. in the context of online learning, I have to say. And that made me to think of something, is that the first thing, because you said you would like to have that flexible timeline, right? And this is an online course. So I was wondering, like, from your perspective, what could it be like that? Like, how flexible could it be in terms of the timeline for this online course? Because usually there's a set of deadlines, right, for this kind of, let's say, for our course. The second thing is the very instructional strategies. Now, if everything is online, what I have thought is if there are videos or articles or talking these things, usually they are static. So how could you make it, I would say, integrate multimodality of other things to make it alive to students?
I would say why I put this in my reflection paper, because I think scaffolding is pretty important, and then also just like I said, I think the varying English proficiency levels among participants. Maybe before this event or before this workshop, maybe you can give students some placement tests so that we can know who should go where or who should go take what kind of course. Yeah, so that will be thank you, that will be answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for Alan's sharing. And let's now it's
The student from Department of Physical Education and Sports Sciences. And today I am really honored to be here to share some reflection after taking the TA course. First of all, in my perspective, being the English TA is just like being a personal trainer or like being a group fitness trainer. It's just like you have to face all your clients' needs and you try to figure out some ways to help them to solve some specific questions. For example, as I am a personal trainer, if my clients want to be muscle hypertrophy, I have to design some muscle hypertrophy program for them to gain their muscle. So if I prescribe some aerobic exercise program for my client, they will feel very depressed or feel very disappointed. Since that, I feel like if I was the EMI TA course TA, I have to face the needs of my course participants. It's quite pivotal to focus on my course participants' needs to describe or prescribe some course elements for them to do something better for them. Secondly, if I were the EMI TA assistant or teaching assistant, I think it's pretty important and pivotal to clarify some special terms in exercise science or in sports science. For example, it's very highly correlated with the medical conditions in exercise science, especially when we are talking about the exercise prescription and assessment of some specific exercise programs. So if we could not clarify the special terms of exercise science or in some medical terms, it would be a pretty disaster for them to understand the course. So I think it's quite important to do that. And last but not least, we have to know each participant's personality. We have to develop their self-efficacy to make them feel they are very confident to join this course. So it is my reflection after taking the EMI course. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you for Steve's sharing. Yeah, I think the motivation and building the confidence of students is really important during the EMI course. And now we have 2 minutes Q&A.
Okay, so I'm going to get started. So building on what Cindy just mentioned, I also agree that motivation is really important to help our students to participate in EMI courses. and I really admire your positive attitude throughout the whole presentation. So that's wonderful. Okay, and one of the questions that I have is on page 1, you mentioned about, on the first paragraph, the last sentence, you mentioned about the instructor feedback is really important. I think feedback is one of the key words throughout your presentation, and I'm just curious about whether you can give us an example about how the instructor's feedback help you as a TA or help you to improve your skills to become a better TA. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I think it's quite important and pivotal to provide the positive feedback for the course participants, especially in exercise science-based courses. It's really important to do that. For example, in my course, if one student or the course participant want to do the specific exercise or movement, I will try to give them some positive feedback. For example, if they want to do the squat exercise or something else exercise like that, I will give them some positive feedback, like good job, you do great work, something like that. I think it's quite positive, and they will feel better, and then finally they will have several self-efficacy to finish all those movement or exercise.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah, 胡克老师。
Thank you so much for that. So I would just like to follow up on what Professor Christine has said. That because you talked about encouragement, right? Sometimes, especially in your field, students might perform some actions that might not be that appropriate because they might harm themselves, right? So in this way, how would you act as a coach or as someone who could guide them to do the correct postures, but at the same time, you ensure that self-efficacy is built in themselves?
Okay, thank you for your question. I think before doing any exercise or any movement, it's quite important and pivotal to provide the correct version of movement or exercise instruction. Is the most important part of the prescription of exercise. So before my clients or my course participants doing any movement, I will ask them to focus on the correct version of the exercise or movement first. Then I will ask them or invite them to do the exercise that I ask. So after that, I strongly believe that it is the better way to do that.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I can feel like you are kind of nervous when presenting your work. But I would say you did a really good job.
Thank you.
So thank you. Turn for Samantha. Please get ready. Yeah.
So, a pleasant day everyone. My name is Sam and I am one of the TAs that are in this course. And today I am very proud to stand in front of you to share all my learnings from this course. So before we start, a little background about myself. I've been an English TA for only 4 months, so I can say that I'm still a beginner. And luckily for me, as of now I am assisting an English class, so it's easier for me to communicate with both the students and the teacher. So, moving on to my presentation, I would like to do it by sharing my experiences throughout the whole course, like sharing what I felt, and my reflections and my realizations, and most importantly, what I think I like the best from this course. So, at first, I actually was a bit hesitant in joining the course because back in my country, we already treat English as our second language. So, this thought came all over my head, made me think that why do I still have to do this? I've already been studying English for a long time, and what's so hard about doing the job since I'm just going to assist the class or just follow the teacher's instructions. But then this experience actually humbled me a lot because it made me realize that I still have a lot to learn. And not just learning, I also have to make sure that these learnings, I can do it within my job. So I have to use these learnings to assist students and let them make sure that they understand the lesson, because we know that all students have different learning styles, right? So in a way, I have to teach them also in a way where I don't disrespect the teacher by stealing their job of teaching. So another thing that this course has taught me is that we may see the job as easy as it is, but there are still a lot of things that we don't know. So this realization is what actually pushed me to see myself more of a learning teaching assistant than just someone who is doing the job. So correlating it to what I think I like the best in this course, I can say that I love the demo teaching part the best, because as we can see, all of the students or all of us who's a part of this course, we look at the same lessons, we learn the same lessons, we look at the same videos, and we follow the same criteria. But at the same time, we were able to showcase our individuality. So what we've learned it all the same. But we were able to show our individuality by using our own creative ways in showing what we've learned. So going back, after developing those skills, I think the best way to make use of it is making it a part of our job. This part is actually the most difficult one because we may learn things like we've already learned it. We may encounter problems and we may say, I've already learned how to solve this because of the course, it's already taught me. But in reality, how can we say that these things will go on as smoothly as possible, right? So this is actually the most challenging part of our job. But as the saying goes, what's life without challenges? And I think the best way to handle it is by doing your best. And whenever you're not successful in doing it, don't be afraid of the mistakes that you'll get, because you can use it as a learning experience to do better in the future. So, okay, to end my presentation, I would just like to answer the question, what skills do I think I still lack and I still need to develop to do better in my job? So I think the skills that I still lack is my communication skills, because based on experience, I see that no matter how many languages you've learned, or no matter how good you are in a certain language, when you don't know how to communicate, or for example, express yourself in front of the students, or you don't frequently communicate with your teacher, then I think it's very not useful. Relating it to what I've said earlier, whatever we've learned in this course or whatever we've learned in our job, if we don't make it as a part of our job or we don't practice it in the workplace, then I think it's very not useful. So, yes, okay.
Thank you so much for Samantha's sharing. Languages, like no matter what kind of languages, communication is very important. Now we have 2 minutes Q&A.
Okay, thank you for the sharing, and I really admire that you're sharing like a different perspective. Like you've been using English for so many years, but not using it for maybe being an EMI TA in Taiwan. So that's a valuable perspective. So thank you for sharing that. And so I do have one question because it's more like something that I'm just curious about. So you mentioned about you had like 1 month EMI TA experiences, right? So I'm just curious about after being like an EMI TA, how do you feel like the course, like the EMI training course, help you to become a TA while actually doing the TA job?
Okay, so that's actually very important to me because while doing the TA, I know I did a lot of mistakes. Like for example, the way I communicate with the students, like the way how I teach them. But actually, on my first month or my first week, I've already studied the part where in communicating with the teacher and communicating with the students, they are both professional, but in a way, they're still different. So it also made me realize that before going in front of the students, I actually have to be prepared. Like, when they're doing the activities, I have to do things in a more professional way. If they don't understand something, I have to let them understand, but in a way where I don't have to explain to them in a very long way that I'm already teaching them. So I have to maybe I can ask some questions that I know that they can answer, and to make them realize it more. And so it's more of inquiry-based learning.
Any other questions?
You mentioned that your second language is English. And I believe that your first language is now Mandarin Chinese. So when you serve as an EMITA at NTNU, did you have any difficulties interacting with students here?
So in that part, I actually had problems with interacting, especially that we conducted this course online. So most of my interactions are with my co-teaching assistants, which are also foreign students like me. And when it comes to Mandarin, in this part of my job, I actually haven't been using Mandarin since, as I've said earlier, I am assisting English class. So, and as of now, I'm also learning a little bit of Mandarin. So hopefully, when some of the people speak to me in Mandarin, I somehow understand it.
Thank you for your clarification.
That's so nice. Any questions?
I find this question is beneficial for everyone because you have spotted sometimes students may have difficulty submitting their homework on time. So what are some of the problems that are discovered behind this phenomenon? And what are some of the, for example, the action or measures you have done to address this issue?
Okay, so in my experience, it's quite hard to motivate students to do their homework, right? Especially with my classes, homeworks are usually done at home. So, and we also just meet for around once in a week. So in that case, when they come in class and we check that they haven't submitted their homeworks yet, when there's free time, we ask them to do the homework in class so that when it comes to when they're busy to other subjects that they also have, at least they've already completed the assignments that were assigned to them in our class.
Thank you, Samantha, for your excellent sharing. Now it is time for Shane. Please get ready.
Greetings to everyone present here with us today. I am Shane or Gao Shani, an English TA from Chuchi University of Science and Technology. Honestly, similar to Samantha and D-Major, it just has been 5 months since I ventured in this learning experience. And in that 5 months, I know that I have gained a lot of experiences and learnings. And I know that I still have a lot to learn. So when I was given the chance to further enhance my skills and take up this EMI course, I immediately grabbed the opportunity. In my course participation and from the shared learning experiences, I believe that we all share the same goal. It is to allow our students to learn the English language and overcome the difficulties that we may face along the way. So I noticed in one of the course provided video materials from Module 4, there was like these 2 professors who completely spoke English during the whole duration of their discussion, and somehow it got me thinking, oh my god, how will I embrace the learnings from this video, since as I've mentioned, I am a foreigner and
our English is not yet that good. And so it somehow became the basis of my reflection that I'm sharing with you all today. So I think that fully switching of Chinese language in EMI classes, where the English, as the speaker said earlier, EMI is expected to use English language in like everyday classes or during the whole duration. So although EMI promotes bilingual education where it involves more than just English, it is crucial to avoid defaulting or switching to Chinese entirely. And so I gathered 5 skills in here that I think will be valuable in dealing with this kind of situation. First, TAs must have a high level of English proficiency. Second, TAs should be resourceful and creative in their teaching methods. Third, enforcing a strict-only policy in the classroom is crucial. Fourth, TA must adapt to different teaching methods and accommodate various learning styles. And lastly, effective collaboration with the teacher and students is essential. So in conclusion, TAs play a great role in reinforcing the importance of using English language in EMI classes. And so when fully switching to Chinese occurs in classes, it is our responsibility to take action and initiate resources or other materials that we can provide to assist the class to use the English language in these EMI classes. So for my personal plan, you can see here that I would like to further develop my skills in these 5 areas that I mentioned. Actually, that 5 skills is based from this course itself. I gathered here from the learning materials that were provided during the course, and I admit that I still have plenty of room for improvement, and so I would like to improve my skills in these 5 areas. And so, doing so would make me a more effective TA and equip me with a broad range of skills that can undoubtedly be valuable in any of my future engagements. And so, I would like to end my presentation with a quote: "Teaching is not just about imparting knowledge, but about inspiring a love for learning." Once again, I would like to thank the organizers for this wonderful experience, and for my fellow TAs, congratulations to all of us in advance.
Shane's excellent sharing. Now we have 2 minutes Q&A.
Okay, so I'm going to get started. So thank you for the sharing. So one thing that I really like about your reflection is you actually pointed out a really important topic about like the language use. I think this is also like a heated debate about how to use the language properly, like either using Mandarin Chinese or English, whether it's entirely or from time to time. So that's actually a really important thing that we have to think about, whether we're instructors, TAs, or students participating in the EMI courses. So that's a great reflection. And I do have one question, because you mentioned about like students would, when they come to EMI courses, they will have different English proficiency levels. So sometimes they will have like high English proficiency levels, but sometimes we will encounter students with low English proficiency levels. So as a TA, how do you interact with them if they have really low English proficiency, but they do have some questions for you? How are you going to clarify that and provide explanations and answers to them?
Actually, I've already experienced this kind of situation where in fact our classes is like that. We are actually handling or assisting the second-year students of Chuchi University, where students' English proficiency varies. So when I have students that are having a hard time comprehending some English situations, and they will ask me questions, I will provide them with the simplest way I can express the question. And when they think this word is too difficult to express, I would use an easier or basic English language, and I think that is sufficient enough to provide them, for example, difficulty. What is difficulty? So you can just tell them it's hard in a synonym manner, so that like giving them this, it will aid them that this is an easier way for them to learn.
like that.
Thank you for a wonderful example.
You just keep pointing that there are 5 skills you would like to develop in the near future. But I wonder that what's your plan? What's your action plan to develop those 5 skills?
I actually plan to continue being an English TA in my several years in studying. Honestly, right now, our English proficiency is let's say it's just beginning because I just came to Taiwan last September, and it's the only time I started learning Chinese. But all the things that I have learned in Chinese, I was able to use it in aiding my students in learning English, where in fact they have questions. I sometimes use Chinese examples or like Chinese, the exact translation of Chinese. But I don't encourage them to entirely use Chinese language to like continue answering this kind of questions. And so I plan to continue my skills in these areas because I think I will have plenty of chance to join such EMI courses again in the future. And if given the chance, I would greatly grab the opportunity to enhance my skills and practice this skills that I mentioned here. During class, I think it was also important that we always check our performance too. Like, for example, we have this kind of situation in our TAs wherein our teacher gives us a feedback of how we perform during class or how our TA performance level is during the week, or like after we will have like a sharing, oh, what do you think went wrong? What do you think we should improve more on? And so in that way, we have a continued development of our skills and our lacking, and we can suffice with those suggestions and find more ways to provide an alternative situation.
Thank you for your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Shane. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you again for your excellent sharing. Now it's time for Huang Zixuan. Please get ready.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Huang Zixuan, and I'm one of the teaching assistants in this EMI course. And it's my honor here to share my reflections of this special course today. So, moving on to my feelings about this course. After taking part in this course, I think it helped me gain a deeper understanding of how to become a more suitable and professional teaching assistant. And I have some experience of being an ENITA in my college before, and it makes me know that I still need to improve this kind of ability. So I took this course. And in my opinion, this ENI workshop provide a great chance to enhance my TA skills, and such as how to schedule proper sessions on the agenda and what specific technique I could use effectively to control the tempo during the class. So, in terms of the interaction with others, I use the online platform to write down my notions, and since the course was conducted online, I think it was a great chance for us to communicate with others on the Moodle. And in this method, I could flexibly express my opinions and easily check the feedback from other students and our teaching assistant. So I think this course is a valuable journey to me that has a positively impact on me. So it offers me opportunity to sharpen my oral speaking by accomplishing the demonstration text and also equip me with functional knowledge to become a professional ENITA. So in the end, as my future action plan, after taking the ENITA course in 5 modules, I learned several methods that could help me execute the ENI course in the future. And it's crucial to know how to build the bridge between TS and the students during the class. In other words, I need to learn how to organize a proper learning environment with interactive techniques to help students pay more attention in the class. For example, enhancing classroom management ability and grade stage composure. So, to me, to develop the above ability, I will use methods from the online videos on the class, and such as highlighting the discussion sections and using code frequently so as to boost students' concentration. Then I will create feedback forms to systematically review and improve the course design based on the insights provided by students. So I believe that with the reflective practice, I could handle similar situations effectively in the future. Thank you, everyone. This is my reflections of the class.
Thank you, Zixuan. Yeah, very different. We have Samantha and Shane, whose native language is English, and then we go to Zixuan. I'm very happy that as a Taiwanese we can still sharing so nice. Now we have 2 minutes Q&A.
Okay, so I'm gonna get started. So what I really like about your reflection is you mentioned about like there are some specific technique and then you do have that experiences before. So I'm just curious about like for the action plan part, you mentioned about you want to enhance like classroom management ability and like stage composure, but could you elaborate more on that? How are you going to enhance that ability and what kind of, for example, classroom management ability that can help you to help students to pay more attention in the class?
Okay, so to enhance my management to control the students' attention to the class, I will use some techniques from the class, such as share pair thinking sections, then group them to small groups and let them think in the class. Then use code and like let them pay attention, let to be prepared to presentations on the stage. Yeah.
I see that your research paper has several good comments on our EMI online courses. But I wonder if today you have a chance to improve our EMI online course. What suggestions will you have to improve our course?
In this course, we have oral speaking practice, and I think in that kind of practice, we can add some sentence from the videos in the class, because I think it will help us to enhance our speaking ability, not just like practice the basic sentence and vocabulary. That's my opinion.
Thank you for your point.
much. I just have a very quick question here. Actually, I thought you pointed out two things, right? First is we could have more oral practice groups in the future, right? And the second thing, actually, you mentioned something interesting, is to have the chance to talk to other students in class. So what's in your mind about this concept or this big picture?
These notions, I think we can have some simultaneous discussions in the class, because I think we students are from different campus, and because it's an online class, so we seldom have a chance to talk to each other at the same time. So I think it will be a great chance to talk and discuss with others in this method.
Okay, thank you very much for Zixuan's sharing. Now it is turn for Yian. Please get ready.
Hello everyone, I'm Andy and I'm from Shanghai University. And first of all, I want to thank all the teachers for giving me this opportunity to let me share my experience on stage. And then I want to take this opportunity to talk about my experience and reflection from my course. In this semester, I was teaching assistant in my school from my course. I was a teacher assistant in my school, and I feel a little bit nervous because it is my first time to assisting a professor with a course. And I think I'm lack of experience and I'm lack of experience. I have to know. I don't even know how to provide. I don't even know how to effectively help students. But as the course progressed, I gradually understood about this role, about the importance of this role, and the sense of responsibility and accomplishment in role. In the beginning of this course, honestly, I have to say that I didn't pay enough attention on that, and I even rushly do my task before the demo, and therefore I think I didn't get enough learning outcome that I expected. So I changed my learning attitude, and I changed my learning attitude, and as each part seriously, taking each part seriously, taking each part seriously, I started to deeply understand some knowledge that I previously missed. And in the future, I will keep improving my teaching teaching method. And also I hope the center can provide more speaking practice or interactive communication experience. Yeah, that's my presentation. Sorry, my English is so poor.
Thank you, Li. Yeah, as you just mentioned that even though I'm not so confident in speaking English, but you have the courage to teach as a teaching assistant. I think that's very good. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Okay, now we have 2 minutes Q&A.
Okay, so due to the time, I'll be the representative to raise questions. First of all, I appreciate your honesty to mention about your learning situations, and that's very brave of you. And then I do have a question about the teaching role, because you mentioned about throughout the course you learned about the EMITA's role. And could you elaborate more on what do you think the role of an EMITA is?
I think the role of the EMITA is to assist professors to help them to better control students' English and they make students can more get a point of the course.
Now it is time for Maurice Lindale Dimanzhi. Please get ready.
Hello. Good day, everyone. I would just like to introduce myself. My name is Maurice Lindio, and I am from Chuchi University of Science and Technology. And I came here in Taiwan less than a year ago to reach my dream and to study. But throughout my journey here in Taiwan, I faced a lot of problems and obstacles, which I thought that all the opportunities that I had are bound to be obscured. And it is actually applicable to how I joined this course too, because I am a bit hesitant and I wasn't able to join this course in the first place. But we were considered to join, and I believe that if it is for you, then it will find a way to come to you. To be honest, when you join something big or a great opportunity, it doesn't mean that you have to be relaxed or it's always a great thing. You have to face problems too. And for me, I have to be brutally honest that it wasn't fun for me to really go through the processing of studying the EMI, but I can say that it helped me a lot. And those problems, I think, for me, the EMI course were not the problem, but it is within me. So I had to solve it through discovering my problem within myself. And I think the communication skills and time management is my problem. I am having a hard time communicating with the students that I'm assisting, because after all, I don't have experience in the past for the teaching assistant. But this EMI course really helped me to overcome those challenges. And it helped me, I remember this one thing, that you can assist your students with full English. So for me, I am also studying Chinese, and by communicating with them in Chinese and English, I am able to teach them, assist them, and learn at the same time. And those problems are just a good thing for me to learn throughout this journey. And at last, I've learned so many things, and I've got so many knowledge that I can bring throughout my journey in the future. And I would like to end my presentation.
Thank you, Maurice, for sharing. You mentioned that think big. Yeah, I really love these words. And now we have 2 minutes Q&A.
Thank you so much for your input. Just have a quick question on this. You said that you have been a Chinese learner and a TA at the same time, right?
Yes.
Throughout this year. So interesting, because that means you are also in the process of picking up language. And how does your journey of learning Chinese help to better understand the needs of the students who are taking English class?
Okay, so for me, taking the English class and the Chinese class is the same experience. And I've been struggling learning in Chinese too. And some people, when we're talking, and when I talk to Taiwanese, they speak really fast. And I can say that those experience helped me to teach, to assess my student to speak slowly while talking to them, because I know that they're still processing those words that I said in their mind before responding. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maurice, again. And now all of our presenters have already finished a great job. We can have rest for the students now, TA now, and for our reviewers, we will take 30 minutes to calculate the score.